Good morning. Welcome to Fallawsophy. I'm your host, Jennifer Fallaw, and today I still can't get the color right on this thing. Um, we're gonna I'm gonna repeat the Jentel from yesterday, and then we have a new exercise. It's called the Rose, and this exercise will help you sleep peacefully, stop worrying, and there's an exercise that people have talked about for a long time, and it's to let your mind go blank. I can't do it. I've tried. Um, so we're going to use this one to help us do that. We're not going to go blank. We're just going to give ourselves a focus. And it's very interesting what happens when you do that. First, let's make sure. Can I get a 10 for it? Everybody can see me. Everybody can hear me. I do think it's still Mercury retrograde. Just want to make sure everything's coming through clearly. Yes, hold your questions until I tell you we're going to learn something. And if you stick around to learn something, then I'll answer your questions. Okay. 10-4. Okay. All right. It's like severe. I look severe today. Whatever. Okay. So, yesterday, I did the Jentel meditation for the week, like I always do on Monday, on Real News Live with Mike and Jen on Rebel. And this is how it went. This is Jentel for March 9th, 2026, interdimensional meditation, 6th level of heaven. In the library, I spoke with Jesus, the apostles, and the archangels, but Jesus spoke the whole time for this one. The dress was a light yellow, almost yellow, for those of you who know that is our code word, that is our sign for it's happening. RV News. Jesus spoke. Iran's surrender is being negotiated now. That was yesterday. There will be an announcement from Trump and the Secretary of Defense soon. Possible announcements on Tuesday if all goes well. We're looking for that today. I have not looked at the news today. I don't know what's going on. Iraq will make an announcement in written form after that. So we're still waiting on our white flag of surrender from Iran. I asked Jesus, is there anything else that you could tell the people? He said, all is well. And then didn't say anything else. And so we don't argue with Jesus. All is well. Okay. Coming in the news, I just got to report what I see and what I get. I normally don't forecast doom, but, and I don't think this is probably doom, but I've got some things that are not so pleasant coming. I heard earthquake. I saw the number 9, and then I heard Pacific Rim. Let's hope that's way out in the ocean somewhere, but we're going to have to watch the beaches, okay? Be aware. People in large numbers in the streets I saw, and so it was like a view from looking down in the air through skyscrapers, large buildings, tall buildings, at flooded streets. Streets are just flooded with people. I was looking at one street. I don't know if it's all the streets, but it did look like New York City or a large city like that. We have a weather event coming, and what I got in the meditation was that all of a sudden all the air was gone. Just, like the air was snuffed out for a second. It's like a feeling. I assume that that's a tornado. I saw the Midwest. Then I saw water receding and bare beaches. So if you see that, don't go running out there. Like I see these TikTok videos, which are absolutely ridiculous. People just standing out there, like 500 yards from the beach going, where does the water go? Well, it's coming back. It's coming back, and it's going to hit you. So get out of there. Then I saw Hegseth, just his face, and I saw him like walking into like a press conference. Okay? Okie dokie. Yeah. So that is the Jentel for this week. All right, let's do some self-promotion before I get rolling, because you know how I am. If you would like to purchase my classes, learn to do what I do. If you'd like to get a healing from me, you can go reach Marcy Howell. You can go to, I did not do that. See, I told you it was Mercury retrograde. What the hell is that? All right. You can go to jenniferfallaw.com. If you'd like a reading with me, you can go to Fallawsophy.com. If you'd like to join me on Telegram, where I post most everything, you can go to Fallawsophy on Telegram. All right, let's get into it. And you guys know I will jot down a few notes, but then I just wing it. I just let the spirit move me and create this on air with you. So if I ever become well known, you all witnessed it. Alrighty. So the way this started is sometimes, I'm a thinker. I'm always trying to solve something. My profession, I'm trying to solve something for everyone, all day long. And then when that ends, I'm trying to solve things at home, organize things, get things cleaned up. And then the text messages keep coming in. Somebody's in the hospital. Somebody's this, somebody that. Can you just answer this one question for me? I go to the email to try to get catch up, and people write me books. It's just on and on and on and on. So sometimes, and especially this time of year, this year was worse because the following's grown, but I've been book solid. It didn't start in January. It started before that, November. And which is good. It is good, but you get exhausted, especially with the yearly forecast, because that is like a remote viewing session, looking at your whole year and telling you what I see. So sometimes at the end of the day, I just collapse and sleep. But then sometimes my mind's going, especially if there's something personal, like going on with the kids, the house. Oh, I got to remember to do this, and I got to figure this out, and how am I going to plan the rest of my life out? When I lay down to go to sleep at night, I should go to sleep early. And then I lay down. I'm like, no, don't play on TikTok. Put it down. Just go to bed. And then I lay there and I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to think. I'm going to do. So last night was like that. So I'm going to do what a lot of spiritual people suggest you do, and think of nothing. I'm going to try it. I've never been successful at it. I'm like, well, we'll try again. Maybe I've grown. Yeah. Think of nothing. So this is me thinking of nothing. Okay. So what does nothing look like? And should that, okay, because I'm a very visual person. That's why I don't like to hear gross stories, tragic stories. I will visualize the whole thing. It'll be a movie running in my head. So, okay, all right, so what do I look at then? So I'm like, I say my prayers. Always say your prayers before you go to sleep. And if you guys aren't doing that, you should be doing that. You're going into a created, like, sub-dimension reality where, it's like, I got a hair like right there. Like common ground, okay? Say your prayers, ask for your protection, thank God for everything. before you go to bed. All right? So I do that always. Pray for everybody. So I'm laying there and I can't think of nothing. I'm like, okay, so nothing would be what? Like blackness. I'm like, I don't like blackness. There's bad things in the dark. Never liked the dark. All right, so what do I think about? And so I call Gabriel in. I'm like, can you sit on the bed while I'm trying to do this and go to sleep and help me with this? Like, send me something. Like, what does nothing look like? What am I supposed to be thinking about? Send me something to focus on so I can be at peace. So I can go to sleep. So he did. He came and sat on the bed. And I said, okay, give me something to visualize or help me with this. Well, so I close my eyes and I see a rose in a vase. Simple vase, one rose. I'm like, oh yeah, that's nice. And then I'm like, oh, this could possibly be a teaching moment. Look at this rose. Like what does it mean? Like, because there's so many petals, and what does that mean? And he's like, no, just view it. Just focus on the rose. And so I did. And it was interesting what happened. First of all, my entire body just relaxed because I wasn't trying to solve anything. I wasn't worrying about anything. I wasn't thinking about the future or the past. I was just there. And I was just looking at this rose. As I was doing that, I got distracted by the dog. Somebody closed the door to the bathroom. So it stopped and I had to go back in. So when I first did it, it was a rose. It was a red rose. And it was a rosebud. And it was not, it was a little bit open. And it was red. Perfect. Big rose. And I got distracted and I went back in, and then the rose was a light pink. And it was like light behind it. It wasn't dark behind the rose. It's kind of blurred out, like my background that I can't turn off. I've been trying to turn the blur off on this thing, and I do it, and then I go back in to do the show, and it's there. Mercury retrograde. Anyway, red rose first, closed. Light pink second, and it was like half open. It was half bloomed. Got distracted again, went back in. Then it was this dark pink rose that was in full bloom, just all the way open, just full bloom. So like a fuchsia, but not quite. Just very, dark pink rose. Got distracted again. Then I went back in and it was a yellow rose. It was like half bloomed, beautiful. And then when I was watching it, it bloomed. It moved. It went just fully bloomed. So I thought that was it. Then I fell asleep. I slept very peacefully. I slept all the way through the night. I did not have any stressful dreams. I don't really have nightmares. Because, when I say my prayers, I ask for the God to send the angels into my dreams with me, the archangels. And ever since I've been doing that, I rarely have nightmares anymore. Most of it is just emotional, or stress dreams. I got to get here and I got to find this and I got to do that. And so I did this. And I thought about it this morning. I was thinking, well, that was interesting. Why did it change and why did it move? I wasn't thinking, oh, I'd like to see a pink rose or a yellow rose. I wasn't thinking anything. I was just looking at the rose. I was just focusing on it. Why did it change? Why did the color change? Is this some kind of message? Yeah. Why in that moment did it come through? Because I had quieted my mind. I wasn't in the way. I was letting go. I was just sitting there. I was laying there. I was just trying to be at peace. And I'm like, and a lot of times when we're trying to be something, we're thinking about being something. Okay, I gotta be at peace. I gotta be at peace. I gotta be at peace. I gotta be. And after that, it's like, well, why do I have to be at peace? Because I have all these things to worry about. I hear from so many people who have trouble sleeping at night. Yes, there are things like that go on physically that stop you from sleeping. But most often, it is our mind that keeps going. Um, and we think, well, this is a perfect opportunity to worry about everything and to try to come to some solution about everything. What should I do about this? And what should I do about that? I'll tell you what my mother used to, well, my mother would tell you. If you came home stressing from work, she'd tell everybody, leave it in the car. That's where it belongs. You need to structure your time to find balance in life. Okay? Because the truth is that when you're sleeping, that's your time. It is a time of rest. There is absolutely nothing you can do in that time to solve or fix anything. You're sacrificing your rest time for something that should have been done earlier in the day or on another day or in a most structured way. I don't know. Somebody just said something and there doesn't make any sense. So this is your time. So we're going to make it our time. And we're going to make it a time of rest. And we're going to make it a peaceful time. And stop doing that to ourselves. The body needs time to rest. The mind needs time to rest. And the mind never fully rests. So thinking of nothing is ridiculous. But this isn't. And I'm going to go over what it means and what happened to me in just a second. But other times, I did achieve it for probably like a minute before. I saw this video about this guy. Think of nothing and your body will heal. Think of nothing and your mind will heal. I'm like, okay, nothing. Nothing. How do I think of nothing? So I did achieve it for like maybe 1 minute. I was staring at the wall. But then there was a texture on the wall. And then I started thinking, well, that kind of looks like this and this looks like that. And I'm like, why do we put this stuff on the wall anyway? And like, what is nothing? I mean, is there ever really nothing? I mean, like, that's how I think. So but for that 1 minute, I did feel my entire body relax. I did feel at peace. And for that 1 minute that I truly let myself rest, I remember the rest of the evening, the rest of the day, I felt like I had like a 4-hour nap. We just don't let ourselves do it. Okay? Let's get into the colors and what they meant. I wrote something down and so basically Worry equals fear. And fear equals lies. Okay? And you're thinking, well, there are all these things that could possibly happen with this. And there's something going on, and I have to solve it right now. Not right now. Absolutely not. There's absolutely nothing that you can solve after 9 p.m. at night. Nothing. Nothing's open. There's nothing you can do. So phone calls you can make. Nothing. Unless it's something personal you want to text somebody. All right. So the colors. We had red, closed, light pink, half open, and then we had dark pink, full bloom, and then we had yellow, half, and then full in front of me. So I looked up what the colors mean. I'm just going to do this for me. So God, it's like I feel so severe, like everything looks like old shadows are off or something. It's freaking me out. All right. So these are key rose color meanings. You can look them up if you'd like. All right, so the rose was red and closed. And what does that mean? So that would be deep. So it's really associated, a red rose is usually associated with like romantic love. Okay? Deep love, passion, romance, and admiration. Okay? My rose was big and beautiful, but closed. So it exists somewhere. It just has not revealed itself to me, is the message. As a single woman. Of course, I'm not even trying, but. All right. So it exists somewhere out there. There's somebody out there, but no one said anything. Okay, so then we go to the light pink. Light pink is grace, sympathy, and gentleness. And it was bloomed like half open. So present. Plenty of grace. I have plenty of grace. More than you think. Sympathy and gentleness in my life. Then we went to dark pink, which is gratitude, appreciation, and thanks. I'm a very grateful person, especially with Divine. I'm always thanking them. God, Jesus, angels, always. So the dark pink was in full bloom. So that is something that is abundant in my life. I'm a very grateful person, very thankful. And then yellow. Yellow is friendship, joy, warmth, and caring. So it was half bloomed and then blossomed in front of me. So this is something that is all around me. This is something that is ongoing. This yellow, there's lots of friendship, lots of joy, available. I don't always. Well, I suppose there's lots of joy, warmth, and caring. Yes, caring. I care a lot, and that's why I'm up at night trying to solve everything for him. So there was meaning in what I saw when I was trying not to see anything. I was trying not to think about anything. A message was sent to me. Gabriel sitting right there. That told me that you have romantic love out there. It's just not here yet, or it's just not revealed yet. You have um, admiration, um, wait, dark pink. No, gratitude, appreciation, and thanks. You have abundance of that. The light pink was grace, sympathy, and gentleness. That surrounds you as well, or is coming from you. And the yellow, you have lots of friendship. And there is lots of joy. And there is warmth around you. And you care, and people care. So it was it's just a very soothing message. And when I started, I didn't have the meaning until this morning. But I felt it. I kind of felt it without knowing what it was. And and that's when I fell asleep. But the process of looking at the rose stopped me from worrying, stopped me from solving, stopped me from planning, you know. Um, the minute I open my eyes in the morning, the first thing I think is, what am I doing today? What are all the things that I'm going to accomplish today? And my list is always so optimistic and ridiculous that I stress myself the hell out. I could do that. I could do that. I could do that. Then at the end of the day, I'm completely disappointed in myself that I didn't do all that. I didn't get all of it done. So I always feel behind. That's crazy. So when I'm laying there in bed, I'm like, okay, I'll just double up tomorrow. I'll just get more done tomorrow. And then I stress myself on, okay, how are we going to do this? I'm planning everything. Okay, Faith's got a problem. I've got this stuff to do in the house. I gotta call this, do the readings, do the show, figure out, I don't even know what I'm going to do for the show tomorrow. And I just figured, so when you focus on this rose, you stop doing all of that. It doesn't matter. All of it'll be there in the morning. Okay? But in that moment, I chose to be present, not living in the future, not living in the past, which all your worries are in the future, and the problems are in the past. And then we worry it's going to be a continued problem, or what if I don't do this? It's in the future. Okay, let's just be here right now. And right now is our rest time. That is the only thing that is allowed in this block of time here. So, what did I do? I created an exercise out of it. Because I have to. Every time I learn something, I want to teach it to you. Not every time, but whenever it's going to be useful. So we're going to alter this. Typically, roses, yes, Catholic background, and for all you Catholics, you'll know what I'm talking about. But if you're not Catholic, that's fine. But typically, we associate roses with Blessed Mother, Mary. So we're going to do this with her. Because nobody wants you to rest more and be at peace more than Blessed Mother Mary. So what we're going to do is say your regular prayers first. Then we're going to pray to Mary. You Jewish people don't want to do that. You can, just alter it so it fits in for you. You can just pray to God. But Christians, Catholics, we're doing Mary. Universal people, you can pray to Mary. You can talk to her. You don't have to sign up for anything. Okay? She's good. All right. So we associate Mary with roses. It's interesting, in my house, or at my house, that I go to in meditation in heaven, I have this extensive rose garden, all these pathways that lead through it, and places to sit and talk to the angels and things. And I just realized that this morning. I mean, I knew it was there, but I didn't make the connection. So we're going to start with a prayer. Let's create a prayer. Some of you Catholics should be like, Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now at the hour. All right, so Mother Mary, Blessed Mother Mary, please hear me. I ask for peaceful sleep and a calm mind. Please show me the truth about the goodness that surrounds me in my life now. Because where do we find comfort? In the goodness. And then you can say, thank you. Amen. Or you can say, B, thank you, God. But that is when we're going to set our mind, see the rose. See a rose in your mind. And the longer you can focus on this rose, the better. Just appreciate the rose. What color is it? Is it open? Is it closed? Does it change color? Are there petals falling off of it? So this is going to give you information about your current status in your life and what is true. This is going to be emotional things, support, love, what energies surround you. Now, if you're looking at the rose and the thing like shrivels up and gets black and just falls apart, start over, all right? Say your prayers again. You're being negative. You're letting fear into this. We don't do that, okay? That's not going to happen. We're talking to Blessed Mother here, all right? So you can do this every night if you want to, and for the rest of your life at any point in time when you remember to do it, and any of the exercises really that I've taught you. These are tools for life. We're teaching ourselves with this exercise to take a step back and let go, to prioritize our mental time. Now it's time to rest. I'm going to allow myself to rest. I'm going to allow myself to be at peace right now. There's nothing else I can do right now for anyone. This is my time. If it doesn't work the first time, try it again. Try it again. Try it again. I mean, I slept so peacefully. My dreams were even peaceful. It wasn't this like, I'm always off on some frantic adventure trying to find some item or save somebody in my dreams. There's all kinds of people around. Everybody's talking to me. There's always something major going on. And, funny. But last night it was just like peaceful. I slept peaceful and I'll wake up, turn over a lot. I do that. I was still peaceful then. I was like, it was like the good sleep, like when you really have a good sleep. And then I woke up this morning and I'm like, wow, I'm not tired. And yesterday I was so tired. I didn't sleep very well. I had like a nightmare. It was just like a gross dream. And I was up in the middle of the night, a couple hours, and then I'm like yesterday at the end of the day, I'm like, God, is something wrong with me? Like, why am I so tired? Like, I'll work myself into the ground and I wonder why I'm so tired. But then I'm like, I mean, is there something wrong with me? Oh, let's switch over to health anxiety now. And then I realized for the last 2 days, I bought this coffee and it's decaf. So I've been detoxing off of caffeine, which I live on. And I'm like, God, why am I so tired? I mean, I'm just so foggy minded. There's something going on. I'm like, is this like dementia? Totally go overboard with it. Is there something going on? Do I have cancer? Like something like I'll do that. But then I'm like, that's ridiculous. I don't get cancer. Nobody in my family line has got cancer. Nobody gets cancer. I don't get cancer. And that is a very good thing to say. Statements of creation. Gabriel told me years ago, and it actually led me down to look into in meditation everything about. I was saying years and years ago that there's a correlation between uh, cancer and DNA because of what he told me. And everybody's like, "Oh no, that's stupid." Okay, wait for it. Um, he told me you don't get cancer; it's not in your DNA, and he said it to me like that, and I'm like, "This is something for me to learn." DNA. But I knew that was true, the way he said that. And it's true, like both sides of my family. I mean, we get other stuff, but not that. Um, I'm like, all right, that's some good DNA. So I've been saying that in my mind. Oh, I don't get cancer. It's not my DNA. I've been saying it all these years. That's a good thing to say. I don't get that. I heal very fast. I've been saying that too, because I always have. But like, that's a good thing to say too. You ever notice that like really skinny people? Excuse me, my nose is running. I need to dust the office, all my books and everything in here. Um, but you ever notice that people are like rail thin and they're like, I can't wait, I just can't gain weight. I can eat whatever I want. And I'm like, yeah. Okay, I've been on a diet since I was like 15. Thanks for sharing that with me. But they don't. So these statements of creation, if you say it over and over again, it becomes your reality. It could have started with a situation where it was a skinny kid and they just tell everybody, oh yeah, I don't, I never have to be on a diet because, I can eat whatever I want and I don't gain weight. I wish somebody would told me that when I was little. But so when we focus in on this rose exercise and we start doing that, you don't have to use the rose, but you could create your own. But I think it's really interesting. It led me today to create the Mother Mary prayer for peaceful sleep. It led me to learn about the rose colors and what that message meant to me, the way the colors changed. And I had no conscious thought about, oh, I'd like to see a yellow rose. I'd like to see a pink rose. I just noticed that every time I got distracted and went back in, it had changed. So if we remind ourselves and say to ourselves, excuse me, over and over again, this is my time. I sleep peacefully at night. Learn to shut our mind off as much as we can. I mean, I've known people. I think my ex was like that. He was like, every time I asked him, what are you thinking about? And it wasn't just like being deceptive. I said nothing. And it was true. Should have known. Just think of nothing. And it did. I don't know. I guess my mind is too inquisitive. I just can't. So let's have something to focus on, and it really just stops us. It trains us to stop worrying, stop solving, stop stressing, and then we can fully relax. We can fully rest, which we rarely ever do. And in that moment, we need to believe that if I do this rose exercise and I give myself permission to turn off the worry, the stress, the solving and the fear, then I sleep peacefully. And if we do it over and over again, it becomes part of who we are. I don't have any problem sleeping at night. You can tell people that if they have insomnia, and I feel so bad for them if they have something physical that contributes to that. But they're just so tired. They look so tired. They age really fast. Some of them, if you're waking up, if you get a full night's sleep and you're still waking up exhausted, you got to shut it off. You can't. I mean, it's going to come out in your dreams. That's automatic. But I did notice that my dreams were more peaceful when I chose to turn everything off, focus on something beautiful and meaningless. I thought it was meaningless. Just something pretty. And everything relaxed. My body relaxed. My mind relaxed. And then I just fell asleep. Okay? So that is the rose exercise. I'm going to go back over the other meanings. And this is just a list I pulled up on the internet this morning. You can find your own. But key rose color meanings: red, deep love, passion, romance, and admiration. White, purity, innocence, new beginnings, and sympathy. You know what I was just thinking about? Of course, you're never going to see me in a red dress in meditation, but the dress color. Isn't that cool? Because I thought this was meaningless, just looking at a rose. But there was a message that came through from that to me, personally. And then I do these meditations, and I always notice, I look down, I notice the color of the dress, and the color of the dress always has something to do with what's going on at the time. Very interesting. Okay, yellow is friendship, joy, warmth, and caring. Pink, admiration, joy, gentility, and elegance. Dark pink, gratitude, appreciation, and thanks. Gratitude, appreciation, and thanks, yeah. Light or pale pink is grace, sympathy, and gentleness. Orange, desire, enthusiasm, excitement, and passion. I guess that would be like a salmon color. You've seen, I don't know if I've seen like an orange rose, but like lavender or purple rose, love at first sight, enchantment, and majesty. So we always want to start with a prayer. Because when I was told a long time ago to stay away from anything that is like scrying, crystal balls, looking into water, trying to see things like that. For me, probably for me, because of my ability to see, that is a vehicle that can be used to deceive as well. So when we go into meditation, we want to be specific about where we go. We want to be specific about who we're talking to. We're not really in meditation at that point when we're viewing the rose. We're just visualizing. But that can also be altered. So we want to put somebody in charge of that. Now, you've put Mother Mary in charge of the rose that you see and the message that you receive, and asked her for peaceful sleep. Asked her to be in charge of that. You're good. Okay? You have the mother of all, who loves you more than you will ever know, watching over you and trying to help you peacefully go to sleep like mothers do. You're good. Okay? This is why I'm so specific about who I talk to. And if we're going to do something like this, when we are visualizing something in our mind, it's almost like looking into water and hoping to see something. Okay, scrying. So it isn't, but there is a possibility that, in anything that you do in your mind, that could be manipulated by any kind of dark energies, forces, fear, whatever, attachments. So we're going to put Mother Mary in charge of this one. We're going to say our prayers first, our basic prayers, and then after this, we're going to say, and we'll go over the prayer again, and then we'll do the readings. And you can make it up, however you want to say it. Okay. Prayers are always best if you can use pre-written prayers. They're sacred sometimes, but it's always best when it's honest and true and comes from your heart. Okay. So the Mary prayer is, Mother Mary, please hear me. I ask for peaceful sleep and a calm mind. Please show me the truth about the goodness that surrounds me in my life now. I forgot about this part. Thank you, amen. Or thank you, thank you, God. Asking to be shown the goodness that surrounds you in your life. It's like speaking soft words to someone. Words of encouragement, words of peace. Reminding somebody of, hey, snap out of it. People do love you. You are okay. No, none of these bad things are going to happen to you. Okay? So, just like a mother speaks softly to a child, happy thoughts, sweet things, when they try to get him to go to sleep. That's what we're asking for. So try the rose exercise, and I don't want you to come out of that exercise and write down your colors, because then you're thinking too much, okay? You'll remember in the morning. Think back to it in the morning. You're not asleep at the time, so it's not going to fade like a dream does. But I remembered this in the morning, and it was easy to do. Do not write it all down. You can write it all down in the morning. But if you get up and write it all down, you're awake. The goal is to go to sleep in a peaceful state. Okay? All right, that's the rose exercise. I have a feeling, like with a lot of these exercises, there's the benefits and the meaning are far greater than I realize at the time when I think of something like this. It's clearly sent to me. I was trying to think of nothing, or asking Archangel Gabriel to help me, and there it was. Okay, let's get to some readings. Okay. The biggest thing that I have to remind myself of is not so much, I don't really stay centered in like fear and worry and stuff anymore. I mean, not really like I used to. It's, how am I going to get this all done? Like there's always so much to do. Or, the future, the writings, the teachings, everything, it's just, I get so overwhelmed with how much I have to do just on a daily basis, that I end up doing like half of it, or I just get overwhelmed and I'm like, I just don't know what to do at all. I can't do anything. It's very rare that I actually, but I wander around doing things or getting things done and just like feeling like, oh God, if I could just focus on one thing, it would be done. It'd be so amazing if I wasn't so pulled in so many different directions all the time. But so that's what I think about when I'm trying to go to sleep and can't go to sleep. Or even just the thought is I have to go to sleep. I have to go to sleep. Oh my God, time's ticking away. I gotta go to sleep. I gotta get up early, or I gotta get on that plane, or I gotta do whatever it is, especially when I have to get on the plane, like at 4 a.m. You gotta get up and get on a plane. I hate that. I'm not sleeping. That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna sit there and think about what if the alarm doesn't go off? I mean, what if today's the day when the alarm doesn't go off? And so I'm like, I can't do it. So this is the time when something like this would be very helpful. Stop you from thinking about everything else. Okay. We get over here, Rumble Rants. Okay, apologize in advance. I don't have the right glasses at the desk today. They're in another room. So this is going to take a while because I'm kind of blind. Right? We have time. We have some time. I did it again. God. Okay. Let's get started at the top. All right. Richmond, 1971. What part of the Pacific Rim? I do not know. I do not know. When something comes through like that to me, I asked in the beginning a long time ago not to send me like world predictions or things that I can't do anything about where I know people are going to suffer because I'm going to panic. Well, how do I go and warn people of this? I mean, what do and if there's nothing you can do about something, it's going to happen anyway, and people aren't going to listen to you anyway. A lot of times I don't get the information. But so when I do get something like that, I feel like it's something that the community that I'm speaking to probably doesn't have to worry about. It's coming in the news. You'll hear about it. Okay. Damn it. I need a better system. I do. Better system for this. No. What the hell? Yeah, it is Mercury retrograde. I mean, is it? Is it still? I thought it was. No comments, it says. That's annoying. Let's try this again. There we go. Easy Toby, hi Jen, Debbie R here. Is the Yellow Dragon bond I received as a gift with purchase legitimate? Yes. Yeah. This is Jeannie. Let's do this. Okay. My son-in-law is losing his job. Can you tell me if he will find something else? Start his own business or just retire? John. He's going to start his own business. Awesome. Why not? Okay. This is Beth V. Will my son, Alexei, still be receiving multiple admission acceptance letters from law schools soon? to come sometime before May? Yes. Okay, Jeannie, I don't know how I screwed that up, but my son-in-law is losing his job. Can you tell me if he will find something else, start his own business, or just... I did that. I am losing it. Let's carry on. Nothing to see here. All right. Mike H. My revised AWAWA public good ecosystem projects. B or T, thank you. What do you want to know? I know B or T. B? I'm not sure what you're asking about your project. Flaggo 55. Flaggo 55. WP here, do you see me selling my house as is or remodeling? I just see that you fix it up a little bit. You do some things. Yeah. Not much. Not a full remodel. Crazy Cat 7. Hi, Jen. My friend Zariah Diaz is interviewing for a job in Long Branch and one in Westfield. If given the opportunity, should she take one of them or stay where she is at? Can't tell you what you're supposed to do or what you should do. I can tell you what would make her most happy. Westfield. And if you don't get that, stay. So those are the two happiest options. Scott 1484. Morning, Jen. I went by the acres where center will be and saw trucks there. Is it still available? You're going to have to draw up a special offer and a special deal. Just make it worth their while. Okay. L. Carol K, monthly supporter. Carol K here have been having balance issues lately and tire easily. Can you see what's going on, Carol K? It is inner ear. It is way down deep in there, inner ear. Sinus. But it's not something that's just typical sinus pressure. It's there's like a fluid balance in there in the inner ear. There's something off with like a fluid balance, and I don't know how to explain that. Ear, nose, and throat. Go to somebody like that and get it figured out. Okay. I'm Lisa. My brother Eric fell walking home from a bar after surgery on broken hip and arm. He aspirated pain pills and passed in 2010. I always wondered if he had been hit by a car. Name. Eric. think he might have gotten beat up. I don't think it was a car. I mean, he hit the ground hard, but I'm thinking somebody might have pushed him down. Yeah, I don't think it was a car accident, like a hit and run or anything. I'm Bonnie. Do you see my daughter Tanya and her husband Scott ever getting married? Well, that's their business. Tanya has trust issues. Scott has abandonment issues. Scott thinks once you get married, they abandon you or treat you bad. Not for a while. They need to trust each other first. All right, we need the truth. Should I apply for the senior underwriter job in the Woodlands? This is Christy. Should I? It's probably not the best way to phrase the question for the angels. I really don't think you're going to be happy with that job. If you do, I do think you can get it. I feel like misery and depression and stress from that job. All right. Holly Kennedy, I'm going on a cruise from 320 to 328. Will it be a safe trip and will we be okay? Safe departure. Somebody gets sick from some kind of seafood. Don't eat shrimp. The male who gets sick. I'm not sure if it's like at a port. Yeah, up for the crab, not the shrimp. I'm just seeing shrimp. And somebody's sick from that. Yeah, you get home okay. You're okay. It's fun. Weather Joe. Hi, Joe. Hi, Jen. Joe here. Thank you for the help with Kershaw. Another tournament in 10 days in Phoenix. Can the angels make it easy on me and bring the female into my life without all the dating? I'll put it in the request. Joe would like his love life to be easy on him. And doesn't want to date. Me too, Joe. I don't want to date. I just want God send me him, and we can get started. Let's do that. I don't want to go through all these people who are low vibrational, whatever. DCS 31050. Jen, today is my birthday, 76. Happy birthday. Yesterday was the anniversary of my sister Frances Miller's death. Does she have a message for me on my birthday? Donna Samaras. Frances Miller, come forward. Happy birthday, first off. She says that you see her. She's all excited about it. That you are seeing her when she comes to visit you. There's a reaction. Not that you may not like see her like dead on, like a solid, like we would see another living person, but she says every time she comes to visit, you react. Mediumship. And she loves it. She's coming tonight to see you. Happy birthday. All right, what time is it? What time is it? 11:12? What's that? Yeah, the whole vision problems. I can't wait for the med bed so I don't have to wear glasses and I don't have to have like 8 different glasses to do things. And I can't wear contacts because like this eye, if I look down and look up, forget about the weights. There's too much stigmatism. It'll move like a camera lens, and I have to like focus my eyeball like a camera lens. I'm like, that's attractive. That's probably not healthy to stick my finger in my eye every 20 minutes, you know. So I just wear the glasses. But these are my distance glasses. All right. Okay. Linger 50. My name is Linda. And my 2 adult kids, Marcy and Bowie. Out of 5 kids don't talk to me, and my husband Jerry has an addiction, I assume you meant, and has moved downstairs. What to do? Move, when and where, sell the house. That's a full reading. I would get a private reading about that. See if I can get some guidance on that. There's nothing you can do about somebody else's addiction. That's their journey to walk. But at some point in time, if they won't do anything about it or they're not ready to bet, then you have to go your own way to preserve your own peace. If there's some way to make amends with the children, do it. You're the parent. Be the bigger one. Be the example. Show them how to solve conflicts the right way. Not through silence. Not through blame. Solve it. It's in your best interest in the long run. Should you move? I don't see that happening yet. Possible in the future. One question, please, everyone. And let's cut off the 1:15. We're at 11:15. Is that what that says? Yeah. No, it's 11:35. Crap. I am blind. Whatever. Mind's eye vision is good. All right, stop the rubber bands. Let me get through the rest of these. I got to get going, okay? Thank you, all of you. Okay. KW124. I plan on giving my home to the people in it right now. Do you see this happening? Absolutely. Very good thing for you to do. Wonderful. Mishy D, hi Jen, having some disturbing dreams lately. Do I need a house cleanse? Thanks. Well, it depends on what the dreams are. Now, if you're having like, the only time I've had like disturbing dreams is when something physically is going on with me. Like I need to go to the bathroom. And what'll happen to me is like I'm looking for a bathroom in my dreams, and then like I walk into like a school bathroom with all these toilets overflowing and it's just gross. Or like I'm getting sick and like I'm throwing up in my dreams, or something weird happens like from hormonal surges. So it just depends. Once I was given Vicodin after going to the emergency room, and I cannot. It was like the regular Vicodin worked, but the generic Vicodin gave me like the worst nightmares. So there's a lot of reasons why you would have that. A house cleanse is always a good idea. Like I'm saying, I don't have terrible nightmares, things trying to get me and stuff. Very, very rarely. It's usually something emotional I'm dealing with. But as far as psychic attack in your dreams, say your prayers. Ask for protection. There's a reason why you're supposed to pray before you go to sleep. And it's not just so in case I die. What is it? If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. It's not about dying. I mean, that's like, yeah, a long time ago. It's about because you're going into a state that is easily infiltrated by anything dark or lower vibrational that wants to influence you, scare you, attach to you. All right. Joshua V here. What do you see me doing on my birthday in 9 days? Well, there will be cake. Okay. Um, you're at some place that has it's rolling balls of some kind, and it doesn't look like bowling balls. It could be. Um, it might be a family fun center where they have like what is it, the skee ball, where you roll the ball and it goes up and it goes into like a hoop, and you get a certain amount of points. I see those little brown um wooden balls. They used to be wooden. It'll be fun. Jed, this is Kim. My dad passed 2 years ago on March 4th. Does he have a message from my mom and me? Thank you so much. Let's do this quick. Now, name Kim. Who's the picture? I'm not getting it. Michael, is there a message? He loves you, misses you, and help is on the way. Holly Kennedy. My daughter-in-law is having a baby in July. Congratulations. Do you see me retiring and keeping the baby? Also, the baby is a Jentel confirmed from our reading. You keep the baby? No. You are going to retire, though. Jen, I have an additional Zim, and am I still a B or am I a T now? No, you're still a B. What are you going to do with $1 trillion? Do you even know how much money that is? Do you know how much $1 billion is? I mean, that's a lot of money, dude. What are you going to buy? I mean, and okay, no more rumble rants. Thank you guys. Hi, Tom. Gina, everyone. I mean, what are you really going to buy? Do you realize that when you put big money into big accounts, you get big interest? I mean, once you get up past a certain point, unless you're buying countries and stuff, what are you gonna do with all that? $1 trillion. You can have it invested. It's going to keep growing. It's going to multiply. I mean, that's a lot. So I wouldn't concern yourself. I mean, you've been looking at the numbers too much. You start looking at how much a lottery win is for too long, and you're like, well, now it just keeps upping. Your dreams keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's what happens. All right, so we've got our rose visualization, our rose prayer, Mother Mary prayer, so that we can sleep peacefully at night. You're going to go off and do these humanitarian projects because you have your own businesses. You got to be clear during the day. We got to sleep. We have to replenish. Okay? Some people, what will happen if the body gets too worn down, it'll start getting sick. And that starts in your mind. Okay? Control center of the body, too. All right, so try that. I want to hear about your experiences. If it worked for you, what your colors were. That's really cool. I thought that was really cool. I love you all. Have a lovely day. We are still hoping for announcements at any time of a white flag in Iran, of Iraq doing its thing. This morning when I asked, I got something about borders, like they're securing borders or establishing borders. So I don't know if the borders have changed or if they're just trying to secure the borders over there. I was really looking at like Iran or Iraq. So this could be part of the deal for surrender. I'll keep an eye out for that. All right, guys. Have a good day.